The Under-20 World Cup is officially underway and Japan's BLUELOCK team is fighting for a spot in the knockout stage. But behind the scenes, something way bigger is happening. While Isagi, Rin and others are going all out on the field, a secret Side B selection is being held, and Buratsuta gets to handpick 3 special players to join the team for the knockout rounds. In today's video we're breaking down who's already been confirmed, who's about to crush the competition, and who might return to BLUELOCK. But before we start, remember to leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more BLUELOCK content. Let's start with the first name locked in, and no surprise here, Itoshi Sae. Back in chapter 308, it was straight up stated that Sae has a reserved slot in the knockout phase, even if he doesn't show up in the group stage. And honestly, that makes a perfect sense. He's one of Japan's absolute top tier talents, a household name, a pro in Europe, and more importantly, a massive marketing win for Buratsuta. Sae doesn't even need to prove himself. But here's where things get wild. The other 2 players will be chosen from a hidden selection that's happening right now, while the BLUELOCK squad is battling in the World Cup. We don't even know if these 2 players will see the field. Ego said in chapter 311 that if they have already been eliminated from BLUELOCK, he won't use them. But let's be real, if things get desperate, he might not have a choice. So who's the first to crush this 300 player Side B selection and earn a spot on the World Cup roster? It's gotta be Nagi. Nagi has entered his new ego arc, he's fired up again, hungry, and we all know when he's motivated, he's unstoppable. This dude used to be pulling miracle goals and bending reality on the field. And we already got a massive clue. In the last chapter of BLUELOCK episode Nagi manga, we see Nagi walking on the pitch not for the BLUELOCK vs Under-20 Japan match, but wearing a Japan Football Union jersey. His face is covered in that signature school aura. Nagi made it. He won the Side B selection. And the best part, he's the one player who completely rejects Ego's philosophy, which makes his return even more hype. Now let's talk about the third player, and honestly I've got a few names in mind, but one of them will definitely surprise you. First one is Kira, the so-called jewel of Japan, the guy who got eliminated in literally the first episode. He was talented, classy, but lacked ego. Still, we can't count him out, he might actually stand a chance this time, because most of the Side B players are basically NPCs. Like, no offense to Shigeo Mizuki or this Kevin guy, but Kira and Nagi are former BLUELOCK players. Nagi played with monsters like Rin, Shido and Isagi, and Kira, back at the very start of BLUELOCK, he was one of the best. The problem is that the gap is massive now. BLUELOCKers have been battling world-class players in the NEL, and Kira's been playing on the national level. But here's the twist, even if Kira doesn't make the final cut, I think he will serve a bigger purpose, helping Nagi evolve. He might act as Nagi's emotional mirror, a challenge to his mindset, and in the end, fall short again. And man, imagine getting kicked out of BLUELOCK twice. Jokes aside, Kira actually fits Buratsuta plans perfectly. He's openly against Ego's entire philosophy, which would make him a perfect pick for the Buratsuta 3. Now we've got Nishioka. I know we literally haven't even seen this guy touch the ball, not once, so why is he here? Inside BLUELOCK, he's known as Aomori's Messi, and you can't just throw around the Messi title for no reason. That means, at least in universe, people believe he's got skills somewhere in that range. Insane dribbling, low center of gravity, and killer vision. Now sure, we're speculating here, for all we know, he could be all hype and zero product. You don't drop a nickname like that and then completely sideline the guy forever. If Buratsuta's selection is really about finding unique talents, Nishioka has to get a chance to show why he earned that title. Because if he doesn't, that's like introducing a character called Japan's Ronaldo and having him work as a ball boy in the background. I just hope this selection finally puts him on the pitch. The next player on this list is Darai Miroku. I know what you're thinking, he's the side character who barely spoke. On the surface, he didn't have a huge role in BLUELOCK, barely any screen time, so why the hell he's on this list? Because BLUELOCK doesn't exactly have a lot of sidebacks. Seriously, outside of Kurona, who else? And here's the thing, Darai was this close to making the Neo Egoist League roster. He ranked 28. That's not some random scrap placement. The gap between him and the rest of BLUELOCK starters isn't that big. Plus, he's already proven himself on the U20 Japan national team, which means Buratsuta knows him, has seen his playstyle, and might value that experience. His ability is actually pretty solid, he's slightly worse than Lorenzo, but his defensive IQ is legit. He could lock down Otoya in 1v1 situations, and his movement was sharp enough to man-mark barou without getting completely destroyed. He's not a headline star, but in a squad that needs more defenders, Darai could shine. But maybe this selection is about more than just obvious names. Maybe there's a hidden monster awaiting in the shadows, someone we've barely noticed, who could completely shake BLUELOCK to its core. So far we've got Sai confirmed, Nagi almost guaranteed, and the third spot still wide open. If Kira pulls it off, it will be redemption. If someone new surprises us, it will be chaos. Either way, BLUELOCK is about to be turned upside down. Let me know in the comments who you think should be the final pick for Buratsuta trio. Will Kira make his comeback or will someone else take the spotlight? Don't forget to subscribe for more weekly BLUELOCK breakdowns. See ya in the next one.